r. N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin I. So N1 by N2 is equal to sin R by sin I, or sin I by sin R is equal to N2 by N1. Either one is, both are correct. Okay, now I'm going to explain critical angle. Sandigdha Koan. This is very important concept. This is the denser medium and this is the rarer medium. Light is traveling from the denser to rarer. See, consider that this is angle I. Consider that actually velocity should be like this, but the velocity increases, so bend like this is R. Okay, this is I and this is R. Due to increase in the angle of incident angle, consider that now this is I1 and this is I2. Consider that for this incidence the refraction is like this. Now the angle subtended is, consider this is R1, this is 90 degrees, isn't it? Consider this is R2. ఇక్కడ ఏ యాంగిల్కి అయితే ఇన్సిడెన్స్ అయిందో అప్పుడు రిఫ్రాక్టివ్ యాంగిల్ 90 degrees అయింది కదా. దెన్ I2 is called critical angle, సందిగ్ధ కోణం అని చెప్పి అంటాం. Okay, so in this case please keep it in mind. Here sin I by sin R is equal to N2 by N1. Here light is traveling from denser to rarer. This is the denser medium. Consider that this one N1 and this is N2. Then what happens? Here the incident angle we don't know, sin I, and sin R we know that sin 90, so is equal to N2 by N1. This is air and it becomes 1. Then what happens? Sin I by 1 is equal to 1 by N1. Then N1 is equal to 1 by sin I. But as per the concept, this is taken as critical, so it becomes N1 is equal to 1 by sin C. This is the formula used in this one. Sometimes it will ask like this: sin C is equal to 1 by N1 and C is equal to sin inverse 1 by N1. Okay, the next one, total internal reflection, సంపూర్ణ అంతర పరావర్తనం. సంపూర్ణ అంతర పరావర్తనం. To explain this concept, I will explain in this diagram only. Here I already explained critical angle. If the incident angle is increased more than that of the critical angle, then instead of passing through that medium, again it refracts into the same medium only. This phenomenon is said to be total internal reflection. This phenomenon is said to be total internal reflection. See, I will give one example. Here is a tree, here is a person, and he is observing this one. If you observe, actually you will see like this. Okay, but from here to here in this direction there are different layers. There is a difference in the density. So Here the density automatically changes because of that region. The person who is observing here, he will see that the image is like this phenomenon, because of the differences in the densities of the each layer, air layer acts as a different denser medium. Here the difference is completely visible by this person, not the visibility, the phenomenon for refraction. This phenomenon is said to be the total reflection. It is also known as mirrors. ఎండమూలు అంటాం, ఎండమోవలు అని చెప్పేసి అంటాము. సరే సరే, దీని మీద క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎక్కువగా ఉండవు, కానీ ఈ డైమండ్లోని the brilliance of diamond is because of the presence of the phenomenon is said to be the total internal reflection. And also optical fibers, all you know about optical fiber, consider that this is the optical fiber. So, total internal reflection here, total internal reflection here. So this is the total example for the optical fiber. I would like to give one more example. మనం పండగల్లో గట్రా చూస్తూ ఉంటాం, చిన్న చిన్న ల్యాంప్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఈ ల్యాంప్స్కి ఇందు లోపల బల్బ్ ఉంటుంది, అక్కడ చిన్న చిన్న వైర్లు ఇలాగా ఉంటాయి. వాడు ఇక్కడ లైట్ వేస్తాడు, ఇక్కడ కలర్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంటుంది, ఆ కలర్ మనకి ఇక్కడ విజిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. సో బికాస్ దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్. This is also one of the example for the optical fiber. Okay, so in the last and final concept for today, a glass slab. So here explain simply. For that you need to know that a glass slab, here two types of chips are there, you know very well. When the light is incident like this, in the textbook there is an experiment, glass slab experiment. Here there is two possibilities, that is, if there is any shift in the glass slab due to parallel rays, that is called lateral shift. If there is change is observed due to vertical rays, that is said to be the vertical shift. That's it, nothing. అది సమాంతరంగా కనిపించిందా లంబంగా కనిపించిందా దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని మనం ఈ రెండు క్లాసిఫికేషన్స్ చేస్తాము. ఇక్కడ రిఫ్రాక్టివ్ ఇండెక్స్ని కనుక్కోవాలంటే సింపుల్ ఫార్ములా ఉంది, దట్ ఈస్ ద థిక్నెస్ ఆఫ్ ది గ్లాస్ స్లాబ్, థిక్నెస్ ఆఫ్ గ్లాస్ స్లాబ్ బై థిక్నెస్ ఆఫ్ ది గ్లాస్ స్లాబ్ మైనస్ vertical shift. Okay, by using the vertical shift we can easily calculate the refractive index of the glass slab. Okay, so these are enough. I will explain the all the problems in the assignment section. Okay.